Nikita, is there anything special about your profession?
The last 2 seasons I was playing in Nizhnevartovsk, the team called Samotlor.
Is the official name of your profession? What does it say?
So I'm a person who likes to try everything.
I've heard about snow volleyball.
I know some guys who are playing here currently in Russia in the snow volleyball. It was minus 35 degrees.
So, is the teacher of Nikita.
I also would say that he became as a friend me. Now I kind of missed the opportunity to sign the contract. I don't see my future.
People will play volleyball on Mars.
Mars, yeah.
Sure. Big Apple. Hello and welcome to our BigAppleSchool Podcast, the one where we discuss the life, the universe, and everything. And the main goal of our podcast is to improve your listening skills. And today in our studio we have me, Yegor, and
Ush.
And
Alena.
And
Nikita.
Nikita, is there anything special about your profession?
I'm 2 meters tall, and I think you could guess who I am.
So Nikita, who are you?
I'm
Please tell
a
us.
professional volleyball player, currently play in Russia here, and you could ask me a question.
Ooh, let's clap a little bit. Ooh, we have a volleyball player here today. Nikita, I would like, and actually all of us and our dear listeners and viewers, I would like to start with a few facts about volleyball, and I would like to hear your reaction to these facts, whether you know these facts or not, whether you are surprised by them or not. So the first one is that volleyball was originally named a mintonet.
Mintonet?
Oh, I like your faces. That's great.
I never heard of it.
Me too.
Okay.
So there is the root net, okay, but what is
Mintonet?
Mintonet. It was called like a minor badminton. It was a derivative from the word badminton.
Huh.
Like little badminton.
That's a variation.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Even me. I've been playing volleyball for 16 years,
Yes.
and I've never
You haven't
heard
heard it.
such definition before.
Volleyball became an official sport in 1947.
Fair enough.
You're not.
I work for it.
It was
You're not
supposed to be
surprised.
before, I guess, right? So it's been, how long has it been played?
Since the beginning of the 20th century, but the official game.
Official.
Yeah, officially.
47.
Right. Volleyball it was originally intended to be played indoors only, but nowadays beach volleyball is another major part of it.
I've heard about snow volleyball.
Yeah, even
Really?
snow.
Never
Yeah.
heard about it.
Interesting. Me neither.
And as far as I know now, some countries they held even the international tournament of snow volleyball.
That's
It's not just
fun.
in Russia, by the way.
So you can't play it in Africa, for instance, but
Yeah.
Indoor.
But
Indoor.
I know some guys who are playing here currently in Russia in the snow volleyball, and the last season they played on the north part of Russia in Novy Urengoy, and it was minus 35 degrees.
My goodness.
And they're still alive? Okay.
They survived.
They survived. Okay.
What about the gear? What do they have to wear to
Not
play?
too many layers, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, of course, they were playing in gloves, they were playing in jackets and pants and stuff like that, and in the hats as well.
But don't you think it's kind of hard to hit the ball?
It's even hard to grab.
Yeah, that is the thing. But yeah, it's a survival sport in a way. Okay.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty demanding, and actually, I don't understand why the people do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you wait. One day people will play volleyball on Mars.
Mars. Yeah.
Sure. Volleyball requires a lot of stamina, and an average number of jumps per volleyball game is about 250-300 jumps per game.
Per game.
Right.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Nikita, would you agree?
Yeah, definitely I agree. Actually, we got a specific device which can measure our amount of jumping, and it's also could measure our height of jump as well.
Right.
And if you speak about usual practice, you jump over 300 jumps, I would say, approximately.
I was particularly surprised by this one fact that one of the team players should wear a different colored jersey. Is that so? These people on the team, they're called something like libero.
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 Right. What is it?
He's considered as a free player because he could change on the back line of court. The people who are usually got a really high toe and they usually play on the forehead
And libero is the defensive
And libero,
player.
he's considered as a defense. He plays on the back line.
And he can rotate anytime
Yes.
that the coach
Ooh.
wants, I guess, right? So,
Yeah.
I guess except for the front line.
Yeah,
Only the back
this is
line,
what
yeah.
I am telling.
I guess it's time to actually introduce how much do we really know about volleyball. So just for the record, I don't know much about volleyball. The last time I played it was probably in school, and since then we knew each other, but we didn't really talk much. So I will be channeling this kind of energy today. So, what is your experience with volleyball?
You know, I have no kind of information about how the game is being played in a way, but I know there are 6 players and there's a libero and that person is rotating on the court. And I know our the women's national team, Turkish women national team is kind of good. They're doing good in international scale. And apart from that, I'm not so much familiar with volleyball game.
For the podcast, you told me about this, like there's this really popular Turkish female player around the world. What was her name?
Her name is Ebrar Karakurt.
That's the one who plays in Russia.
In Russia, I guess she's playing in Kaliningrad. And we have another one. Her name is Zehra Güneş. And she's one of the most popular female volleyball player in the world. Yeah.
Several years ago, I think 6 or 7, one Turkish guy, he's a setter, by the way, he was playing here in Novosibirsk.
In Novosibirsk?
Yeah.
Ooh.
His name is Aslan Ekşi.
Aslan
He was playing for the national team. He's a really great player, by the way.
Okay. Extra information. I didn't know that.
Okay.
But yeah, women's volleyball is kind of popular in Turkey and it's being broadcasted on TV, the national tournaments and everything. So that's why we know it. So watching the highlights and everything. So
I don't know. What about you?
I know that men volleyball is more popular here in Russia. So maybe it's the 3rd popular sport here, like football, hockey, and volleyball. But if we talk about Novosibirsk, so this is, I would guess, the 2nd popular sport. And we have the new stadium and we have really strong team, so Lokomotiv.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. What else I know about volleyball? So I watched the anime about volleyball. I read the manga. Yes. And so followed a few maybe games of the Russian team. Yeah. So a little, I know just a little.
I would never have imagined that manga based on volleyball could be popular.
In Japan, the sports manga and then anime, so they're really popular. So they have manga based on tennis, volleyball, football. One of the most popular is based on American football. Yeah, so this is really crazy stuff, and so there are so many fans about that. And the volleyball one, it's really popular there because the sports titles are really popular there, so it spreads, so it sneaks into the fan base, of all over the world. So through the, I guess, the Japanese culture, so there are more and more fans of the real sport. So if we talk about the youngsters, as far as I know.
That totally makes sense to improve the popularity using this kind of media. So, Nikita, is being a volleyball player your full-time job?
Yeah, it's considered as my full-time job, and I chosen this way at the age of 15 when I moved from my hometown. I was born in Barnaul, by the way, and moved to here and started to do it professionally because actually it takes a lot of time. Usually we got 2 practice per day, which can continue about 2 hours and a half. And before that, of course, we have to prepare it. So we have to undress, dress, and such stuff
warm
like
up
that.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of recovery stuff as well. If we calculate it in total, how much I spend the time during the day, it's about 7 or 8 hours.
That's a dedication, you know.
Yes,
that's a dedication.
Yeah.
And for this reason, I consider it as a job. But we have to, I have to consider that it's at the same time I like it. I like to play, and it's not as a usual job when you have to go to the office and sit there and write something or print
9 to
something.
5 job. It's not a 9 to 5
Yeah,
office job.
it's also we everybody understand that all physical actions. It gives you a lot of positive feelings and things like that because the sport it's our life in general.
So that's why a lot of people really adore gym practice. Yes, so just you are, for example, on a treadmill, so you listen to your favorite music, and so you're with you.
You forget about your problem.
You know, in Russia we have this little grayish book, which says the place where you work. So what is the official name of your profession? What does it say?
Usually I'm an instructor sportsman, like a coach sportsman.
Sportsman in general.
Yeah,
but
because
the title
we work officially and we have to get this kind of paper, and because after our career, after the retirement, we will go to the pension, and we are living as the usual people as well.
But you travel a lot, right?
It's a good point.
This is my favorite part
Uh-huh.
of my job, because I'm a big fan of traveling, and actually I cannot stay on one place more than 1 month. I every time have to move, even in Russia or abroad, and now it's a bit upset that we cannot to travel abroad a lot. I'm speaking about international games.
Yeah.
Of course, as a tourist, I could go for other countries, but it's also cool. It was cool to play international games outside. There is a different atmosphere to compare with Russia.
As a fan, I'm missing that too. Yes, so
The international games, right?
Yes, exactly, because as Nikita have already said, it's just different vibe. And the atmosphere and the fans, so the teams, and so all the stuff. Actually, the organization is different, seems to be different. So that's why you're like, ooh, cool. So in this city, it's like that. In the other city, it's the other way, and the people react a little bit differently.
Yeah, definitely, because in each countries, the fans they behave themselves differently. For example, in Russia, we considered our fans as more polite. They don't shout a lot. They don't do the bad things. But for example, I played even in Turkey. It was 3 years ago. And they behave themselves completely different. They could shout bad words towards you. They could even fight.
The fan culture is completely different in Turkey, especially in team sports. If you're supporting your team, they don't have any kind of limit. So you're right. Yeah, bad words, shouting, intimidation. So yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault, of course.
They are Turkish, yeah.
Next time you see them, talk to them, please.
I'm gonna talk about. All right, don't do it again.
I would say that it's a part of our job. We have to deal with it.
Of course,
we have to deal how to manage yourself to cope with it, because you don't need to react on these words. You have to concentrate only on your action.
Stress management in a way.
You know, I have a question. So when you play, the game, so are the fans of the opponents are really sort of annoying because they are loud, so they have whistles or those vuvuzelas, right? So which are loud tubes, yes, exactly. So are they really so annoying and making you
breaks
crazy?
your concentration?
Yeah, I got it. When I just started to play professionally, we were playing in a youth championship in Russia here, and it became to come the fans on our games. And this is interrupted me. I remember it because it was my first time when somebody comes to my game and started to watch me and I wanted to show my best. I paid attention a lot to them, and usually it's go to the faults because I couldn't concentrate on my job and some stuff like that. But from time to time, I started to cope with it. I started not to pay attention to them because I had to concentrate what I'm doing now in the current moment. And now, after the 15 years practice, I would say that I almost don't pay attention to the fans.
Cool.
For example, I could see them on the break when we don't have a action at this moment. I could check what they're doing and something like that. What they're shouting.
Right.
But when the referee whistles, I completely into the game and I don't pay attention to anything.
That's the concentration.
That's the
cool.
professional
Professionalism.
state of mind.
Yeah.
But each athlete have to learn how to do that because it's impossible to play. As you told the spectator, they could shout the bad words, even about your family. This is from time to time it's makes you angry. And by the way, I saw some accident when fans they shouted bad words and the players they reacted on it and actually
kind of
it's happened that
Grace under pressure.
Disqualified for that. In the beginning, Nikita, you said that you're about what is your height? 2 meters?
If to be exact, 2 meters and 1 centimeter.
All right. So how to be just like you? So what is your preparation during the gaming season, or like generally, how do you prepare?
Actually, I want to say for my relative and for my genes, I don't have any problem with the diet. I could eat anything and I don't put in weight.
That's nice.
But I can say that it doesn't work with everybody. There's a lot of players who have to follow with his weight, and it's a matter, by the way. If we're speaking about preparation, usually, if we speak about the year, I got 2 months break, and but even this during these 2 months, I don't just lay on the sofa and do nothing or on the beach. I go to the gym, I prepare myself, I work with my weak point because it's a matter. The most important thing, if you want to play as long as you want, you have to work every day. You could allow to relax for you just 1 week or a bit more, like 10 days. But you have to work and you have to every time be in a shape.
You mean to maintain your body in a working condition for as long as possible?
Definitely.
What is usually the age when volleyball players quit?
Let's say the average age 35. But as I said, like if you are carefully about your health, if you work hard, so you could play even till 40. But there's an example of Russian player. He's a great player. His name of Sergei Tituhin. He played till
the captain.
He was captain of Russian national team. He won the Olympic game, by the way, in 2012. In London, he played till 43. And there's a really great moment before his retirement, he managed to play with his son on the one court.
That's nice.
That's really nice.
I mean, in the same team?
In the same team, right.
It was Belagorje, right?
Yeah, right.
That's kind of like
in Belgrade.
moment.
I guess LeBron James is doing the same thing right now in NBA. He's playing with his son in the Lakers. It's kind of iconic moment. Cool.
And the Alechna, so the father was the trainer, and the son was
as a player in his team.
That's also nice. That's
that's nice. Really.
It goes like the diet. Is it compiled by you yourself, or does the company or does the trainer tell you what to eat?
It depends where we are allocated. For example, if I am at home and I could eat whatever I want, we have to understand that we are professional sportsmen and we treat to our body and to our health carefully, as I told you.
As an instrument.
Of course, it's my tool. I consider it like this. And which means that, of course, from time to time, I could eat some junk food. I am also human. I cannot get rid of it. But generally, I eat healthy foods. I couldn't say that I count every time a portion of my
the calories
meal,
or
the calories, but some stuff, because I'm thanks my genes. Yeah, I don't put on weight. But there's a lot of players who calculated it. They treat it carefully because if they don't do that, they will put on weight and they will even get punishment from the coaches. And
Really?
yeah, there's a real penalty, by the way, which signed in our contract.
Oh my. So you need to follow the rules strictly, not only the game rules, but your health or your dietary supplements and everything. Okay.
Because it affects you, these things, if you put on weight, it affects on your game after that.
Of course, yeah. But the penalty.
Okay.
You pay the fine and continue playing. Great.
Or maybe this is extra training. What kind of penalties?
Yeah, there's, by the way, and also there's a different penalties. So it depends on the coach's imagination.
All right.
Extra 2 laps around.
Yes, sometimes it's extra exercises. Sometimes it's even money penalty. Sometimes it's maybe the coaches don't let you come to train, to practice till the moment you will not lose the weight. Yeah.
Speaking about the future, you've mentioned the retirement and that currently you're playing the volleyball. But is there any period in the life of a volleyball player when they become the trainer, the coach? Does it happen to everyone? And would you like to be a trainer?
No, it doesn't happen with everyone. And after your retirement, you got a choice what you want to do. Personally, about me, I don't see my future as a coach because there's a lot of skills which you have to have if you want to be coach. And to be honest towards myself, I don't have such skills. I'm not a patient towards the people. I couldn't. I got used to doing exactly things, and if I see that somebody doesn't do these things what I said, I would be angry. And in this case, this is a trait of me which doesn't allow to be me as a coach. And also, let's say it's not my cup of tea. I will not finish playing volleyball after my retirement, but it's gonna be just for fun.
Just for fun, not in a professional manner. Okay.
But you're right about that. There's a lot of players who are becoming the coaches after his retirement. But it's also worth noting that it's completely different world. For example, I will try to explain it. We could see the volleyball differently as a coach and as a player. I could see the volleyball with this side, and as a coach, he could see the volleyball with a different side.
Perspective is changing.
And the point is that not each good player becomes a good coach. After his retirement.
So you have a chance to say hi to your coach and say like, you're a good coach.
Yeah. All my coaches are excellent.
All right. So what about your experience of playing in different teams?
The last 2 seasons I was playing in Nizhnevartovsk, the team called Samotlor, on the north part of Russia. Now, currently, I haven't signed the contract yet because I got a bad injury at the springtime. I broke an ankle and I was recovering for 6 months. And
it's
just
a bad one.
Yeah, it was bad. And just recently I recovered, and which means I told you that usually the season starts at middle of July, but at this moment I wasn't ready for the season because I was recovering, and now I kind of missed the opportunity to sign the contract. But now I am completely okay, and I'm looking for the following contract, and I hope that I will sign it soon. I already got some offers from the different club. It's worth noting that those clubs are not only in Russia.
By the way, I watched her injury video. That was really bad.
You mean the video where the injury had happened?
He showed me.
Yeah, this is the point. It's we have to understand that the sport, it's a big risk as well, and we have to consider it. It's from time. Of course, you don't need to every time think about it because it's impossible. But you have to understand that it might be bad things which happens with you, and you will finish your career at one moment.
What's the top injuries in volleyball? It's like knees, so
ankles, knees,
right? And
fingers,
shoulders, fingers,
shoulders.
wrists, maybe.
wrists.
I wouldn't say wrist,
No?
but fingers.
Fingers,
The people broke their finger a lot, and the ankles. It's the most injured place in our sport because we are jumping, and from time to time we stepped on our opponent's foot, and for this reason it's usually twisting.
So that's about the physical world. What about the mental world? You mentioned that there is a lot of
This
stress.
is my favorite topic, by the way.
Right.
I know.
Is there any way that you cope with all this stress? Is it yoga, or is it just I don't know, special techniques, or is it the moment when the coach shouts at you, you're like, yeah, I'm focused, yeah, I'm here?
You're right. There's a lot of different tools how you could concentrate, how to work with yourself, and I would say that there's not common tools who will help to each player, and each professional player have to choose his personal way. For example, for somebody it might be the shout of coach, and it really works. Personally, for me, it doesn't work. I hate it when the coach shouted at me. I would it make me angry, and I couldn't concentrate. I like when the coach
Speaks calmly.
praise me.
Tell me who
jokes.
doesn't like that.
No, but the thing is an interesting thing that the people are so different, and some people like when the even coach shout on him because it helps him to concentrate and to
Motivate,
to
kind of.
motivate and to be even more powerful.
Sadistic.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, just loud noises. They activate their brain.
Yeah,
Hit
loud
and run, hit and
noises.
run system.
The thing is that you have to be honest towards yourself. You have to feel yourself and choose your personal way. It might be like you might work with a psychologist, for example, and also this is the case. I work and I'm still working because it helped me to cope with some after match problem, to react on some moments in my life, not in the volleyball and also out the volleyball.
A private life.
Because we are also human, and we have to understand that our life it's not just in the volleyball as well, and it's all connected. I would say. I don't know how it's called in affirmation.
Affirmation.
Is it the same? Yeah. It's also a great tool.
vocabulary,
It's a great tool how to set yourself like on the game. You could get a strong
I can
mind.
do it. Yes.
Yeah.
But what about the critical moments? For example, what were the most, let's say, crucial or essential matches of your life when you felt that this is the critical moment and you needed to get back into action as fast as possible?
Actually, how it works with me, I usually worry before the match. And when the match starts, I forgetting about my worriness. I'm concentrate on what I'm doing. I focus on it. There were a lot of important matches in my life when I worried before that, and I was trying to use some techniques to return to momentum, let's say. It was my personal techniques, like it also was an affirmation, as we mentioned before. And I was speaking with myself. I was speculating about the future. For example, what else if I do the mistake? What will happen? Like, will I die at this moment or what else?
Analyzing.
Yeah, I was trying to do a real analyze, and it helps me to slow my emotional
pace. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it was very interesting. So the same actually moment during the matches, how different players react. So I saw a few players like under their towels. So bending down and just maybe talking to themselves, right? Some of the players were putting on the earbuds and listening to music.
Chewing gum.
Are you familiar?
Ferociously.
Are you familiar with the athletics? Do you know Elena Isimbayeva?
Yeah.
I guess I don't.
I don't know which Olympic Games it was. There was he already won the Olympic Games, and she wanted to set the world record. And she
So
covered
the high jump. Isimbaeva, so the high jumps,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
She wanted to
Challenge to herself.
challenge herself. She wanted to set a new world
World
record.
records.
And there was a huge, there were a huge stadium, and there were a lot of spectators, and they were shouting. They were wanted to set the record.
I'm
And
getting the chills.
in case of overcome it, she covered with a blanket on the stadium, and she stayed with herself alone. She concentrated, and she set the she set the record.
Record. Okay.
This
What
is,
about
I
you?
think, also. I wanted to say that it's also worth noting that we could see how the other players react, how they behave themselves by the language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an important thing in our job as well, because sometimes I could see that the player are doubting in himself, that he is not ready. And we as a team, we have to feel each other. We have to understand that now I have to say the good words for my friend, for my teammates. Maybe now I have to don't take him. He has to overcome with it by himself. It's also, there's a lot of mental sides of it, and job by job, you're working with it and you understand how it works.
Yeah, volleyball is very supporting sport. Yes, so as you see, the team members on the court, yes, supporting each other during the win. So if it's ace out, if it's whatever.
You mean
Right.
when they touch
I wanted
each
to
other?
say,
Yeah, I was about to ask that one. So what is the
Th-
point?
th-
This is the general question from my friends, and why you every time after the point touching you for your ass?
Yeah, what is?
I was about to ask about hugging, yes, but okay.
But yeah,
That is the way of hugging.
yeah, like patting your ass. So is that a secret meaning or a
No,
code on it,
I
or
don't
you just
know.
want to? What?
I don't know where it came from, by the way, and it's just a fact. Like we are trying to cheer up each other, and
Motivate, like team
it's a
motivation.
kind of ritual. I would say.
But
But yeah,
getting closer to each other.
Yeah,
that is the
six
best
men
way.
touching each other's butts.
But yeah, it's
Live
not totally,
broadcast.
this is the most asking question
Question,
from my
question,
friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like the theory of 6 handshakes. So every person through 6 handshakes. That's like your team through 6 butt shots. Like
So
you feel each other.
you know
Right,
everyone
you're as
without
one.
looking at their faces.
Right,
So
right.
Anyway, so if we watch different other sorts of sport, yes, so there is a lot of kind of supporting, but to me, so watching the volleyball team always standing by each other. So this is really cool. So this is just one of the things you watch the volleyball and you're like, yeah, this is so great. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how it works in a different sport about the teammates, but the several players for me told me that in football, in basketball, it's a bit different.
It is.
For example, we could be as a friend not only on the court and also out of the court. We are getting together to be close each other. We are getting with our families. We are have
It's like big family.
same dinner. Yeah, we are friendly also out of the court. And this is our friendship. It continues till a lot of time.
For a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
I saw a few pictures from the match when Kazan team came here to play with Lokomotiv. And so is Voynich, I forgot, Artem
Volvich.
yes. So is he the captain of Kazan? No?
Currently, yeah, he's a captain
so,
of Kazan.
and our local capital, so they played together for a few seasons, right? So, and you watch them hugging and you watch them shaking hands, and you're like, oh, this is so cool, guys. So they know each other, and
But
For quite a
it's
long
also
time,
worth noting when the referee whistle, we are forgetting about our
Everything,
relationship. It's we are focusing just on the match, and it doesn't matter he's my best friend.
Or not.
Right.
But he's
I
your
also
opponent.
I couldn't say that
rivals.
he's we are rivals at this moment. I couldn't say that I will fight with him till the death. Yeah, I mean, because the volleyball, it's not a contact sport. We do it on the other side of the net.
All right, tactics. Okay.
you started mentioning different players. Were there any players that inspired you? Because I think we have to compare it with football, because in football there are always icons who are popularized not only by the sport itself but also by the community and by the advertisements, like Pepsi advertisement and so on. So what about volleyball? Are there any icons, and were there any people who inspired you on your journey?
When I come to Novosibirsk, I was at the age of 16, and I saw our idol team here. And I was amazed by them. I was trying to look after them, and there was a player. He was a captain of this local team. He's Alexander Budko. He's a setter. He was playing lots of season here. When I introduced him to the adult team, I started to work with him, and I was completely looking after him because of
he was kind of a mentor to you.
Not because of his volleyball skills. It's also because of his human, let's say, human beings. How he behaved himself, not only in court and out of the court. It was really a pleasure time for me to work with such a great player, and but it's like my personal example. And also I'm so admiring of one player from America. He won the Olympic Games in the classic volleyball
and the beach
in the beach volleyball, and now several years ago he won as a coach of a women's team.
Great career.
It's a great career. I don't understand how it's possible to achieve those goals, because during the summer break, as I told you, I don't lay on the sofa. I'm trying to play in the beach volleyball. And it's a completely different Even me as a professional volleyball, I came to there, and some adult guys who are under 50, they could overplay me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you're a pro, and you couldn't adapt yourself on the beach volleyball.
The sand?
Because of the surface. It's a completely different surface, and on the sand it's much harder to move, and you have to change your action.
So, and the jumps are different physically. So, okay.
Cool.
But does it ever happen that you come to just a street game or a beach play as an underdog, like everybody's like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? And then you start showing your skills and everybody's like, oh!
In your face.
When I started to play volleyball, I think it was 17 years old. We went to the beach, and I wanted to play with some local guys, with the tourists. Show off myself. I was young. I felt that I am so cool, and I could do something. And I started to show your rights, and I started to attack hardly. And I remember how I attacked and put the ball into the girl's face.
Oh my God.
And she started to shout to me. She started to complain me, like, "What? Why are you doing that? Like, why you attack so hard? You are not at the professional sport."
I will be.
And this moment taught me that you should divide these things when you do it as a fun and when you do it professionally. And from this moment, I've never played with unprofessional.
The peasants.
With great power comes great responsibility. Surely you have some other life besides volleyball. So what about your hobbies? Just interests or anything?
This is the interesting thing. So I was trying to guess what my hobby is. And the thing is that I'm a person who likes to try everything. I like to explore the world. I like to try the different action. For example, this summer I tried to wake surfing, and it's completely caught me up, by the way, because it's so interesting. I found really useful. It like you're working for your balance there. But the thing is that from summer to summer, I could find a different sphere when where I could develop myself, which is interesting for me. Generally, what I am doing as a hobby, I realize that it's in English, by the way.
That's a good point.
I'm learning English. I couldn't say for fun. It's also, I do it for some purposes. But I also I didn't set any goals that I would like to achieve the C1 level or C2. I don't want to pass any, let's IELTS test. I do it how I like it, and I like to explore the world, and it also helps me in my traveling as well. Because I'm an open person, and I like to have a conversation with local people to get know how they're living, how they behave themselves. And it's a good tool if you know the international language, interact with the people. And my hobby is language.
Cool. So also you are happy to be a part of BigAppleSchool family, right?
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, for our viewers and listeners, so since this is the Big Apple podcast, we're the teachers of Big Apple School.
Yeah.
So is the teacher of Nikita. And,
Yay. Hello.
Is it fair to say that Nikita's abilities to speak are work partially?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm flattered. He's one of my best students.
Sure,
So he's a first
I'm so grateful to him and my teacher with Todd, because I know that they did a great job and they helped me a lot to understand how the different things works in English, and we still are working together with the UR. And it's also fun. I also would say that he became as a friend me.
Yeah, I feel like the same.
Now I feel like, why am I sitting in between you?
We are all together into this boat. So thank you so much. I'm also proud of your kind of English skills that you contribute your language skills into our podcast. So thank you so much for it. Yeah.
One final thing, one more thing. So I have a series of questions which were asked by people on the internet on the topic like silly questions.
Whoa.
I already asked mine while you touch your butt, so I'm out.
There might
excited.
be a silly answer to a silly question. People on the internet ask, why the hell do so many volleyball players wear high socks, men included?
Actually, it's only common in women volleyball. It's not common in men's volleyball. I've never seen that.
In your face, people on the
Yeah,
internet.
just eat that and let it sink. So it is a myth.
What is the best position on the court?
The best position on the coach chair.
Chair, coach chair. I would say libero because he or she is a rotational player.
For me as a player, of course, my position considered as I don't know how to translate, not a direct translation in English, by the way.
What's that Russian for?
In Russian, it's called доигровщик.
It's like defender.
No, defender, it's more about defense. It's a libero one.
So it's the front position.
Yeah, it's a front position, and which means
The finisher.
Yeah, the finisher.
The finisher. Punisher.
Yeah, actually, I'm, for example, when I come to other club, I am considered just as a spiker.
Spike.
Okay.
Hit a spiker. From time to time.
From up to down.
Yeah. This is my best position on the court.
Okay.
But anyway, if you speak about the viewer from the coach chair, it's a beautiful view on the game.
When you have to serve, yes. So as I remember, everyone has to serve except for the libero, right? So when you have to serve, so do you have your own I don't know mantra maybe to concentrate? Because I saw so many volleyball players, I don't know, even making some gestures and I don't know, special movements. So what about you?
You were right. And also, it's back to the mental side of it. Each player got his personal, let's say, ritual. My personal ritual, when I go to the serve, I before the serve line, I touch this line by my fingers on my foot.
By your toes,
Yeah,
this is a ritual.
I have to hit it, and after that, I could go to the serve, and also I got some motivation stuff. I trying to imagine in my head how I'm going to do my serve, where it's going to fly the ball, and these things. But my ritual is to touch the
The
serve line.
line. Oh, okay.
So it's maybe lucky charms, something that you have, like I don't know, some people put a coin into their shoe or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot. I've never heard about the coin.
It's an
for
example.
It's
huh?
for the students.
I mean,
know
there's
that. But
of course, we as a sportsman, we are so kind of superstitious. And we believe in such things. For example, when we become to play the stage of playoff, there's also, as in different sports, we could not to change our socks, for example.
Oh my
even
God.
if it smells. Even
That's
it
like
smells.
hi-fi. You remember Mitya Fomin, hi-fi? They would wear their costumes for like 10 concerts in a row when they were young.
So
Yeah,
the
I know
smell
there's
would
some
be
places
unbearable.
who are playing the same pants what they wear it on the win game.
Okay, so
Yeah,
superstition.
there's a lot of, and each player choose his personal behavior towards this, and
so we're all a little bit mad.
somebody, I know the different one. For example, somebody have to touch the ball the specific amount,
bouncing,
specific amounts of time.
Or maybe catch it the specific way.
Yeah, somebody have to find the specific word or even on the board and
So that's
and
why
serve
they
by
just
this
Turn
side.
the ball,
Yeah, turn the ball.
and just hit in that side.
I was wondering
And
why.
there
This is
are also some players who doesn't care about it. They just surf and
Just surf and
don't
just-
think about it.
Why aren't volleyball players famous for their hairstyles like footballers are?
Oh, good one.
Butko was famous for his
Yeah,
was it?
hairstyle. It's like, afro, almost
afro
afro
kind
style.
of hair,
Yes.
but now he got
Well, a lot of hair.
different look. By the way, I would say that it's a changing. By the way, and for example, 2 seasons ago, I got a player who colored his hair in red, and he's a Latin player, by the way, with a black skin, and
Okay.
it looked attractive, by the way.
Right,
And
the Dennis
the
Rodman.
best point
Okay.
is he was wearing the red shoes, by the way.
Red shoe,
Okay.
matching
Yeah,
colors.
it was a
At
good
the top.
outfit, by the
So if you had the chance, which crazy hairstyle would you pick?
I was thinking about it.
Coloring
honestly,
it.
about
Dyeing
the
your hair.
coloring, yeah.
Mohawk? Like,
Mohawk would
No,
be. I was thinking about
firstly,
that.
I thought about maybe I should color into the white, because
Platin.
in the platinum color. Because it's pretty popular. There's a lot of not the players and the people who
People
are
in
doing
general.
that. But at the same time, I realized that it's just a trend. For example, it's not my personal desire. But I think I would never do that because it's an interesting just with the trend side.
But a mohawk.
Mohawk would be great.
Yeah.
If I had a hair, I would definitely go for that, but I don't.
Mohawk?
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Indian.
Punk.
Oh, really?
style.
Punk or I would like to do that. Yeah.
But if they paid you money,
Let's consider it.
There's a Russian songs in Russia that yes for the money. Yeah, if they pay me money, I would do that.
Depends on the amount, exactly, right?
Yeah, it depends on the amount. Yeah, of course it's a joke. I mean, but
But
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
But
Maybe.
I'll
Yes,
think about
sponsors.
it.
Think about it.
Yes,
One day it
consider.
would work.
All right. So, guys, it was a good conversation. Before we finish, do you have anything to say to our viewers and listeners?
So we have just started recording our new season. So just keep it up and check our websites and our social media accounts. So keep tuned.
I don't know.
I want to say that healthy body, healthy mind.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
firstly, I want to say thanks for the Big Apple School for inviting me to here. It's despite of the pleasure time, it was interesting. It was my first, by the way, podcast in my life, and it's directly was in English, which kind of stressful. And the
you did
second,
well.
But
You
you
did
killed
well.
it. You
Yeah.
killed it.
thanks.
Yeah.
I hope it was not just cheering me up.
No.
And
It's my
yeah,
intention.
thanks for the listeners and viewers, and take care, stay calm.
So, our dear viewers and listeners, thank you very much for staying with us until this moment. If you know Nikita personally, please write about it in comments if there is any comment section below this audio or video. And if you yourself play any kind of sport, please let us know about this in a comment. And if you know any other interesting facts about volleyball which we didn't discuss, please leave information about that in a comment. And thank you very much. If you want to know more about our school or if you want to know more about our podcasts, please check www.BigAppleSchool.com or check out our other podcasts. Thank you very much and see ya.
See ya.
See ya. Bye-bye.
That's my war cry. Show me your war face.